Welcome back, family. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to What's the Juice at the Juicy Tea 1111 Energy Bed. Listen, I read a comment and I just busted out laughing because Spirit was like, wow, one crackhead to another. Man, crackheads be running around talking and gossiping and all that extra stuff, okay? And no offense intended, but I ain't never met one that was truthful, okay? I'm talking about I ain't never met no crackhead that was truthful. All right, there's always two sides to a story, but see, when you dealing with one who's paying, okay, I'm picking up an old scorpion crackhead that be paying people, okay, to fabricate stories, to come up. Now they could be masculine or feminine energy, take it how it resonates, but you always gonna have a crackhead running around, particularly the ones in your family, okay, trying to paint you out to be the bad guy. But they ain't said what they did to your family. Oh no. Oh no. They ain't said nothing about what they did to you. This crackhead is on their dying bed talking shit about you still. They're bitter, they're angry, they're resentful. And they've been that way their whole life and towards their entire family. They mama, they daddy. Many of them done jumped on their fathers. Wanted to pimp your mama out, I heard. Who told you that story? Her great aunt. Your great aunt, her aunt. Okay, these are the energies that still out here running their mouth about you. Mad at you. When all they had to do was show a little bit of respect. Just a little bit. You may have even opened your doors up to a crackhead like this. Drinking my coffee. Minding my business. Let's tap into the energy. Thank you for coming back to What's the Juice at the Juicy Tea 1111 Energy. I am truly grateful. Thank you, Soul Tribe family, for finding me. I am truly grateful. For the fake ones that's coming over here trolling, find somewhere else to go. Please and thank you. Okay, let's tap in, family. I call upon the divine light to surround me. I invite my guides, ancestors, and protectors to stand with me. No harm, no deception, no lower energy may enter this space. Only what serves truth, healing, and the highest good is welcomed here, and so it is. Ashe. Okay, family. So many of you, let me tell you, you had, and for whoever this message is resonating with, you had both parents who were on drugs. Both of them. Flock. It was like they came out and you was just looking like, well, I'll be damned. That type of energy. You may have even went through a period of time of your life where you were on that track. But see, when you are divinely guided, highly anointed, and chosen by the Most High, you gonna go through some bottom lows. And then you gonna bring yourself up out of that because you are going to the God within you, God and goddesses. You going to the gods and the goddesses within you. So you may have been in a situation when you were younger or whatever age it was that where you found yourself damn near falling in your mama and daddy's footsteps because both them bastards was no good. When it came to that drug addiction and that drug abuse, you were the last person they ever thought about. Okay? This is the message. This is the energy. And then many of you, you wondered, would that shit ever change? Would they ever change? Will these circumstances ever change? Would those empty refrigerators ever fucking change? I'm looking in a refrigerator right now that had a gallon of water in a milk jug, some butter, and a damn loaf of bread. Message. You got real good at making them sugar butter yeah, that was abuse. You got real good at making them sugar butter toast. Sometimes sprinkle you a little bit of cinnamon on it. Huh? You learn how to make a meal out of bread and butter a lot. This is the energy, okay? Yeah. You were dealing with a lot of people who were abusing you, and you were thinking, will this ever change? Okay? Ask anybody in your family about your raggedy crackhead family members. They gonna tell you out the gate. Well, before you were born, they weren't shit. So when you so you pretty much were sent into this family to try to help these type of people. Okay, and I'm not shutting my nose, baby. Let me tell you, we all got a past. But I'm telling you, the divine did not want you to fall by the wayside for your examples of parents, for those of you who this is resonating with, okay? Or you may even know somebody around you that is a parent, and this is how they treat their children. I can't make it up at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you was sent in, high priestess, high priest. Take it how it resonates, okay? You were wondering, would this circumstance ever change as a child? And when you grew up, maybe you had children. Maybe you were on the same path as your raggedy parents could have been. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, right? For those of you who still have those parents that are lingering around with their negative energy. That's why they over there doing what they doing now. Miserable. Dying alone. Straight up. This could have been a parent that didn't even show up at your mama's funeral or passing or anything. You know? This is the kind of parent that be leaving their friends behind. Man, they go somewhere together, the friend fall out, ambulance got to come, but they done left the friend. What kind of friend is that? You feel me? But these are still the same energies though, family, that be lurking, so evil, so mad, so upset at you. As if you asked them to birth you. That's where they became mentally and emotionally unstable. Is when they started blaming the high priest or the high priestess for their shortcomings. Where they failed to be a parent. Where they failed to be a guardian. Where they failed to be a responsible adult. Mm-hmm. Okay, Spirit. Look, the Spirit said, hello. Spirit's like, hello. You feel what I'm saying? Spirit came in here like, hello. And this is what you had to deal with for whoever this message is resonating with. You were always thinking, damn, is this shit ever going to change? No, it couldn't. Not until you left them alone. But you had a real rough upbringing. This is what I'm picking up. You had a real rough upbringing. Okay? Some of y'all live for them school lunches and breakfasts. Because you may not have even eaten dinner. Mm-hmm. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, look, I promise you, the distant future for this energy here, it's looking them right in the face. That's why they be crying at night. Because they know they failed you in every way possible. As being a responsible adult in a child's life. These energies know they failed you. Now they look at you and now they see you and now they're like, oh, yeah, well, and you're like, how dare you? How dare you blame me for being the child when I was the child? And you being the missing adult. You being the missing parent. You being the one that wasn't there when, man, you needed them. That's the energy. Yeah, listen, look, Spirit said talk. Look, that's some painful memories. You didn't have a mama you could depend on, and you didn't have a daddy you could depend on. And if you could depend on one of them, it was for a very short time before the drugs took over. Now, yes, you're looking. I hear that. It wasn't just your parents' fault, because who flew the drugs in type energy. Okay, I heard that. But when you've got a parent that's on their deathbed, still sending trolls to come and find you, nah, fuck that. And I'm sorry for cursing. But them is the facts. You got me fucked up. I promise you, it was never real love. It was never real love. And you know that. Because if it was, man, it would have been like a mutual respect. Okay? A mutual respect for one another. It wouldn't have been, and I mean, it's simple shit. Don't smoke in here. We can't smoke in here. Especially not no crack. Okay? Let me show you how much I respect you here. Take your own key and go and come as you please. I'm not asking you for nothing. I ain't asking you for no rent. I ain't asking you for shit. I'm just asking you to respect the space. Shit. You couldn't even get that much done. But then they want to send their trolls. That's because they're two crackheads talking together. The other crackhead mad that they damn family done disowned them. So they over here getting some information by another crackhead. Or a toxic ass energy. A toxic energy that's mad. Where is your daughter? Where is your son? Hell, shit, the son ain't never coming near him. The way he jumped on the son, I said, damn. So the son's out the picture. And then the lost found daughter he found, well, he probably talked about her so damn bad. I told her, listen, family, I told her, I said, look, I ain't trying to stop you from knowing your dad. Because by right, you know, hey, you want to meet him? You want to get to know him? I'm going to give you his number. Yes, he's out of jail. You can call him. Man, that girl with so many fat this and that and the others, shit. She went running. Mm-hmm. You know? And I was like, damn. But I warned her. I said, look, he is not the kind of dad you think. Everybody searches for that father, hoping he's loving, he's caring, he's respectful, he's, a protector. Okay. You knew that whatever this was within your family dynamics wasn't real love, but they posed to be some sort of divine masculine energy, or at least that's how you looked at them until you realized who they were. It may have taken you years to realize that you had some energies around you, that there was a reason they wasn't around you. You would have been more corrupt than anything. These be the energies that your kids come and say they done said something to you and you just literally fall the fuck out. Cause you like, what? Like all that you can think of is the shit that runs through your head when your child said that this person had said something like that to them, and all you could think is the first thing you would think, I would kill this motherfucker. Okay? Some of y'all was like, oh, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Others of y'all was like, you know what? You know, you may not have even known how to respond to it, okay? Because that's how toxic your family members were. That's how toxic these so-called adults were. That's how toxic they were. And you just couldn't believe it because, first of all, you probably was embarrassed as shit. You know what I mean? But you don't want to keep your children away from knowing their grandpas, grandmas, great aunts, great uncles, older cousins, possibly, you know, aunties or uncles. But then you got the uncle that shows up and steals your daughter's fucking coat. They mad and shit. Talk about, where's my winter coat? I'm like, in the closet. They're like, no, it ain't. Type energy. You know, this is the kind of energy where some of y'all had not but a choice but to say, shit, I ain't holding on to these people's karma. I'm staying out the way. People that knew about your guardians, your parents and stuff like that before you were even conceived or born, they have all told you some stories. Stories where your whole mouth was sitting open like, damn. Type energy. Something about somebody trying to come around and throw you a guilt trip. Girl, boy, bye. Type energy. I feel like that is why the divine is sending someone into your life with real love. Because this person knows you had a toxic ass, deranged ass family. And preferably a mother and a father. Now your mother, man, I would have to say sometimes y'all's moms could have been just a victim of this whole little matrix. Period. But everybody, you know, here's what I am noticing. This is the energy I am noticing. If you don't pick yourself up out the gutter, they be like, oh yeah, I remember, oh yeah, how sad, yeah, such and such didn't make it. But if that person had to pick themselves up and said, kiss my ass to all of them, they'd have been like, yeah, the same way they doing you right now. Right now, there is some sort of real love in a divine masculine that's up in a courthouse. There could be somebody out here defending you against your ratchet ass family. Because they are ratchet. Even the ones that wasn't on drugs, they were still ratchet. Because they didn't have a proper upbringing by their parents. One was constantly at a bar and the other one was in the backyard gardening. While the kids was in the house trying to kill each other. Type energy. You like, the fuck going on around here? Some were raised with getting the ass whooping just for just looking like they was gonna say something. Okay, this is the energy, all right? There could be a real love divine masculine out here in the courthouse fighting for you, family, okay? Fighting for possibly, you know, the rumors and the lies, because, you know, where there, like I said, there are always two sides to a story. But you get a lot of people, they just want the bad. They want to see who's going to talk bad about you. See, they don't want the stories that are good because there's too many of them. There's too many good stories about you. So they seeking all the bad stories about you. But then they run into your enemies. It's like, yeah, they going to have some bad shit to say. Because I promise you, if you a real one, you done let them know. And you done put them in their place. As respectful as possible. See, they don't talk about the good things you do. They only talk about the bad things. And you like, well, shit, hold up. I think I was defending myself. Okay, some people's mouths, whew, that alone is like, you like, damn, your mouth is horrible. Your disrespect is off the chain. To the point where you like, that's how you talk? Yes, I cannot. After all that shuffling, somebody is out here defending you and your divinity in this courthouse against these South Nodes. And this card don't never come out in the South Node. You hear me? Yeah, because they already know these energies, this South Node energy was definitely practicing some sort of voodoo that they had been learning or had learned through their ancestors. I feel like also your ancestors are coming through, letting you know they were protecting you against this, because you always kept these type of energies in your heart full of love, I promise you. That's why listen. Because you a boss. Because you a boss. You didn't forsake your mother. You didn't forsake your father. They forsook you. They forsaked you. Your ancestors knew that you loved your parents. As fucked up as they were, you loved your parents. But they also knew that your parents were out here being South Node energy, polar opposite of you, and practicing some sort of witchcraft and voodoo. But then telling you was the one that was in the wrong. Nah, these is the type of energies where your light disrupts their demons. That's why they stay mumbling and grumbling all the damn time. You like, what is going on? You getting 3 meals a day. You got your own privacy and shit. Like, shit, you go and come as you please. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you was the kind of you were the kind of energy where shit you wanted to see everybody come the fuck up. So hell yeah, don't pay me shit. Go grab you a car so you can go to Walmart every single day and get air. Just go by yourself, okay? Okay, cause you couldn't go up in the store with this motherfucker. You liable to be in jail. Cause they gonna roll out on their little disability cart with all the groceries unpaid for type fucking energy. And you like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you are now the adult. You are the one that is trying to bring somebody back to where they need to be. Okay, especially during these last days. Man, that motherfucker was disrespectful and didn't give a shit about nothing you had to say. Mm-hmm. Not one thing. Not one thing. Not one thing. Yeah. It's because they was tied up with rituals, okay? Rituals could even be negative thoughts and grumbling. Anybody that is always mumbling and grumbling, you got to get away from me. Especially when you cannot find any sort of reason to be grateful. I can't have you around me. Because that's low vibrational energy. Okay, that's that 5 of Swords energy. That's that 7 of Swords energy. Okay, that's that, winning at all costs type 5 of Swords. That's that 7 of Swords sitting up there. You know what I'm saying? They gonna lie. They gonna manipulate. They gonna cheat. They gonna do whatever it is to paint you out to be the bad guy. Knowing the whole damn time, they were the bad guys. Bad gals. You'd be surprised how many people be envious and jealous of their own damn kids, and you be looking like, what in the flying hell? Shit, you're a mother. You want your kids to be all that in a bag of chips. That's a representation of you. Unless they get caught up with one of your toxic family members. Oh, then once them vampires get their nails in your kids, just chalk it up. Chalk it up. That's a wrap. That's a dundada. Okay? Message for somebody that needs to know that. There could be somebody that is definitely seeing that you were the real love in these people's lives. And it could be a divine masculine that is seeing that. They could sit as some sort of court official who is validating your divinity for real. And maybe that is why you've always had good karma, because even though you was done wrong, I'm going to tell you, you kept it 4,000. There's a point there is a point in a person's life where some shit just ain't going to fly no more. Some of y'all have been dealing with disrespectful ass parents all the way up into your damn 50s. And you looking like, hold the fuck up. What's wrong with this picture? Some of y'all dealing with disrespectful parents, and you are actually of age to be like, really? You may even have a younger brother or sister or a combination of both at home with 2 nut jobs for a parent. Somebody out here thinking about taking custody of their own brothers and sisters because of their parents and how they are. Yeah, that will put an ending to the weird shit that this child or somebody is going through. Somebody has definitely put an ending to a lot of the witchcraft and the betrayal that this weird parent was doing. And all they can think about is you, family. And you know why that is? Is because they already know. All they had to do was be easy, breezy. Man, that's all they had to do was be easy. They had it easy. They had it easy. They demand they want to help do something. Okay, what you want to do? I'll pay the public service. Okay, bad. Once you bring the bill to 0, all right. Not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Very argumentative energy, scorpionic energy, somebody that's really always up in their head and they've been bitter their entire life. Yeah, somebody is putting an end to a lot of the fucking lies that are being told on you. I promise you. Tell me more, Spirit. You like, what? Oh well. If that's the way they really feel, type energy. Yeah, it was expected. Okay. This person already knew. This person knew that this shit had to come to an end one day. The person that is definitively fighting for you behind your divinity knew it was going to come out, because I promise you, there's somebody here that knows the whole story and the truth and nothing but the truth. Hell on a crackhead coming to tell you anything. And I mean that. And no offense to those who are on, going through that. But man, I ain't never met one that came off real and told the truth. Straight up. Never. That's one thing. Even when I was growing up and was going down the wrong path on drugs, I still told the damn truth, because I really didn't give a damn then. They would be like, what? I'd be like, yep, I did it. Why? Shit. And there goes the reasons. And there goes some more. But I did it. You know, that's your energy. That's always been your energy. See, they don't want you to ever touch a stand in the court. The judge would be like, okay, that's enough. Hitting that gavel. That's enough. We heard enough. We know what's up. All right, never mind. Next case. Tell me more, Spirit. Shit. Right. That's why you be receiving these these blissful blessings. Okay? That's why you are actually going to be getting this money in 1111 energy. Because when you get to testifying the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, the divine creator of all living things. Shit. They're going to be like, man, we owe you so much. We owe you so much. Right. Your divination popped. Listen, I can't make it up. Shoot, you are in your divine lane. This is who you are. This is who you supposed to be, generational curse breaker. Ain't nobody heard of none of that shit. Didn't nobody hear about a generational curse breaker or nothing else until the divine opened up the gates to your Akashic records and your knowledge. Okay, for many of you, you were sitting around here being raised up to forget about your lineage. Once you tapped in and Spirit showed you the way, you knew that's where you belonged. You ain't never felt more in place ever before in your life. So you got people out here that are upset because your truths that come out through your divine guidance, knowledge, skill sets, whatever it is, okay, reading the cards, being the medium, being the channeler, okay, being the one that's tapped into this little young crystal ball she holding, looking like a ball of amethyst, okay. They're upset because your truths obviously are bringing some sort of financial blessings to you. We got 11 energy out here, 1111. Okay, you was born in the 70s. Okay, this could be somebody in their 70s trying to 76 preferably, possibly 72. Okay, they could even be 64 or born in 64. You could be 36, 43. Okay, 67. Somebody could be here 16 going through some shit right now in the household. Somebody that is born in 92, okay, could be seeing some sort of karma played out that a family has been, doing for about 100 years. Somebody could be 51, born in 84. Somebody could be 44. I'm seeing 16 out here twice, okay? Somebody could have been born in 91. See, these energies right here, look, this energy right here, this is an energy that I am picking up on is, you know, they were living, look, whatever happened in the prisons, because this person could have been 16 and went to jail, went to prison when they were 16. Because I'm picking up on an older energy out here. I'm picking up on somebody that's definitely in their 70s, 76, 77, 72. Okay. You could have been somebody in the 80s that was obsessed with really wanting to know the truth about your real family. Because you were wondering, like, where is this motherfucker at while I'm getting abused? You could have been obsessed with wanting to know where this person was while you were going through the things you were going through. This person could have very well been in prison, in physical prison, or they could have actually been in prison in their mind. I feel like it was a combination of both, because even when they was free, they was still in prison. But the whole time you were this high priestess energy. Maybe this person had thought you were going to turn out to be somebody in the family that was practicing witchcraft. You don't do no damn witchcraft. You ain't got time for that. It's like, shit, nah, I'm good. Because you enter and understand the karma. See, a lot of people don't believe in karma now. A lot of people don't believe in karma, family. But you do know karma is real, and you know that karma exists. Those painful memories that you went through, that spirit often talks to you about, because you are still healing. But I guarantee you, you did way better than they ass did in raising your kids. But your kids fell by the wayside because they went off on a deep end. And now they see everything they need to see. And you ain't even worried about it, because you know they feeling like some flying monkeys out here. That was to be expected. That was to be expected, especially if they chose to side with to ride with some of your no good family members. They definitely at 3220 falling by the wayside, being looked at as flying monkeys out here, because that was dumb. Yeah, this could be causing some of them some emotional pain right now. This could be causing some of them emotional pain right now as we speak, because they know they chose the wrong path. You are healing energy. You ain't never did nothing wrong to these people. And the fact that they keep on trying to paint you out to be something you not, you already know they're living in guilt behind this abuse. And I mean, you were abused. They know they living in guilt behind this abuse. I heard that spirit. Spirit said, fill this out so y'all can see it better. They know they in flying monkey energy behind your divinity. And they know that they going through all this emotional pain behind the karma they are now starting to receive. Because they mistreated you. From your family members, from the parents, to the great aunts, the uncles, all the way down to the damn kids that they turned against you. And your kids knew good and goddamn well and better. See, you always been tapped in to your intuition. Okay? Now they're upset because you're single, sexy, and successful, and you're ascending. Even after a descension. And they really pissed because somebody looking at you now like, ooh wee, that's marriage material. You could be manifesting and speaking this person into your existence after these people tried to do this to you. They really feel like some flying monkeys now. Because money was definitely the root to all that evil. Final messages, please, and thank you, Spirit. Yeah. You moved on. You moved on from these people, and that's what's pissing them off. Because right now, I guarantee you, if you was still surrounded by this energy, Lord have mercy, you'd be damn near cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. Spirit flipped this out, said trust. Trust. If you'd have still been around this energy, you would have been cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But the fact that you moved on and you listened to your higher self and you were listening to the Most High God and guiding you, because wait for it, family, you didn't go through this once. You was about to have to go through this shit a second time. You may have had to deal with a parent and they was just, far gone. And then here come the second one, trying to be in your energy, same way. You tried it, and Spirit told you back the fuck up from this family. Period. I cannot make it up. Okay, family? So, excuse all the F-bombs, but yeah, don't come over here with nothing unless you want the real, because you're going to get your feelings hurt. I'm going to tell you. Somebody that comes over here and they be trying to drop their little comments and think I'm about to trip. I'm not about to trip. I'm going to check you and then get your ass on the way from here. Because this is the energy. This is really the energy. You was dealing with abuse from the day you was born. Nothing was stable in your life until the divine guided you to your divinely guided genuine lineage, which is your spirituality. Other than that, these motherfuckers was Bible bumping. And dealing with the churches and dealing with the lies and watching everybody gossip about each other as soon as church let out. Spending $25, $50 on dried chicken dinners and shit. Churches was up there living in nice ass houses and pushing dope ass cars and the whole damn church falling apart. This is who your family has been. All their lives. They stayed blinded at 3700 by their beliefs, by that terrifying energy. Folks in my family get pissed when I be like, oh, y'all some demons. We're not demons. Don't call us that. Well, then why you act like that? I'm going to call a demon when I see a demon. You a demon. I shall not be bothered with you. Okay, family? And that's what you start doing. Demon, be gone. Find your way back to the home or the rock you crawled from up under. In the Most High Divine's command. Ashe. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I have to let you go to find myself. And that is exactly what you did, family. You let go of people to find your damn self. Because if you'd have kept dealing with these energies, man, ain't no telling where you'd be right now. I ain't lying. Yeah, you can't express yourself enough behind that. So you had to let them go. So they can sit up there and be mad all they want. Okay? Because you know good goddamn well they didn't have nothing good to ever say about you anyway. And you could have been their own flesh and blood. Period. Yeah. That's why them emotions are overwhelming them now. They may have been very overwhelming to you too once upon a time until you threw your hands up and walked away. So let them sit over there and do what they do best. Lie to one another. Just keep it on your side. Because over here, I'm going to run it. Message. Okay, family? So, yes. We are going to keep that energy right here. Okay? And close on out. Alright? And yeah, take that message to that person. Okay? Whoever sent the troll. Whoever sent the troll, tell them to take this message to them. Period. Message. Okay, family? Let's close out. I release the weight of deception and betrayal. I stand rooted in my truth. I call back my power, my light, my peace. I am whole, I am becoming, and so it is. Ashe. And until next time, you have a magnificent day. Ashe.